Texans will fight over almost anything. Land, water, cattle. Turns out, put a strand of wire between two of those things and you've got a war. It's 1883, out in West Texas. A rancher stands beside a new barbed wire fence. The fence is doing its job. It's keeping his cattle in. But it's also keeping several hundred head of somebody else's cattle away from the only water for 20 miles. Meanwhile, somewhere out on the range, cowboys calling themselves the Owls, the Javelinas, or the Blue Devils are sharpening their wire cutters. This is the story of the year Texas went to war with its own fences, and lost 3 men, $20 million, and most of its patience finding out who was right. Barbed wire was supposed to solve a problem. Instead, it started one. For decades, the range had been open. Nobody owned the grass, nobody owned the water. Cattle went where cattle went, and sooner or later, most herds found what they were looking for. Then a new kind of wire showed up. Cheap, sharp, and very good at telling a cow where it could not go. Ranchers loved it. Cowboys without land of their own did not. Then, 1883 came along, and the rain quit doing its job. Grass dried up, water dried up, and the fences that had seemed like a reasonable idea in a wet year, turned into a very expensive way to watch your cattle die of thirst on the wrong side of somebody else's property line. Something had to give. It was the wire. Cowboys started riding out at night with cutters. They called it nipping. The name undersold it considerably. By the fall of 1883, fence cutters had sliced through wire in more than half the counties in Texas. Fences across public roads got cut. Fences blocking public roads were cut. Fences thrown up around land the fence builders did not even own were cut too, sometimes just out of principle. One estimate put the damage at $20 million, the kind of number that got the attention of people who normally paid no mind to cowboys carrying wire cutters. At least 3 men died before it was over. The state's answer was to send in the Rangers. One of them, a young ranger named Ira Aten, had a solution that was somewhat more direct than a strongly worded letter. According to the story, Aten rigged dynamite to sections of fence line, cut the wire, and the charge would go off. His superiors found out and ordered it removed immediately. Aten removed them. What he did not remove was the rumor. Fence cutting in his territory stopped almost overnight, because no cowboy wanted to find out which stretch of wire might blow up in his hands. By January of 1884, the legislature had seen enough. Cutting a fence became a felony. Fencing land you did not own became a crime too. Landowners had 6 months to take down illegal fences, and gates had to be placed every 3 miles where fences crossed public roads. Nobody was fully happy. That is usually how you know a compromise worked. The open range didn't survive the decade, but for one dry summer in 1883, a strand of wire was worth killing over, and one ranger figured out that the fastest way to end a war was to make everybody a little afraid of their own fence. Nobody ever confirmed where Aten's dynamite actually was. Didn't matter. Man doesn't need real explosives if everybody already believes him. Make of that what you will.